and I don't think there's too many sort of shocks in there. I think a lot of it. You mentioned obviously the John Compare show in terms of predictions.
Yeah.
And I think
You
a
got
lot of
most of
people
them
were
right.
the same sort of thought, weren't they, in terms of best picture, best actor, actress, etc. And a lot of it was bang on the money. So there's no any great shocks in there. John, funnily enough, and I say this every year when Gianni submits his top 10 films of the year, and you can be sure as hell that half of them will be Academy Award winners, because he's very good at picking out really good films, and obviously with the US having that advantage over the UK in terms of seeing these films
I hope you come back, Stephen. I can't hear you, but hopefully the listeners can hear you. I think they can. You're back.
Yeah, I'll test
it
in a moment. But just in terms of obviously the release dates of certain films, we don't get to see them perhaps maybe till maybe a month or two before the actual Academy Awards. Sometimes we've seen it, John. So it's good, obviously, when Gianni submits his list, because it gives us a heads up of what's to come.
Yeah, and you know what's good and what's not. Because if it's on his list, you know it's good, because you get immaculate taste. Stephen, I've seen A Complete Unknown. I really liked the film. I thought Chalamet was brilliant. I thought he'd done a brilliant portrayal of Bob Dylan. He had all the mannerisms, the singing was great, guitar playing was on point. Sort of side characters in the story. I don't want to call them side characters, but the sort of peripheral characters. It's not Bob Dylan. They were pretty good. I thought your man, Ed Norton, was brilliant in it. Really good film. Not surprised that Timothy didn't win though. When you've got Adrian Brody in there, and Rafe, as I've discovered, finds, you're always up against it. I mean, Rafe is one of the great actors of his generation, still not won an Academy Award, incidentally. Adrian's, that's him, a two-time winner for The Brutalist. I've yet to see The Brutalist. Conclave, I've not seen the entire film through. I've seen bits of it. I've not watched the entire thing. I've not seen Anora. I think it's on a streaming service. From what I've heard, it's a bit of a Marmite film. It's a Marmite experience.
Yeah.
In the sense that it's also, I think, the sex industry, I want to say a stripper, meets a Russian billionaire. It's kind of coming to America, but for the Oscars, where the parents are not in agreement. They want to come over and annul a marriage. That's the kind of vibe you're getting. It's like an Oscar baiting coming to America. A lot of people don't agree with the amount it won. It must have had something about it, because it's swept 5 on the night, or 6 on the night, I think. I think it was 5. Well, at least the director had 5 in his hands, I'm sure. People were saying, 4, what was it? Am I fucking losing my mind? They says that it was the first time. So I think it was 5. I'm pretty sure it was 5. I don't know, we'll go through the list briefly and we'll find out. But The Brutalist, not a surprise, Brody's won. Brody's a fucking phenom of an actor. And we reacted to the Brutalist trailer, and it did look like the kind of film the Academy would enjoy. And I'm pretty sure that it was Gianni who gave us a heads up about The Brutalist, and we ended up reacting to it based off of what he was saying. So, not surprised to see that. Obviously, you look at actor in a supporting role, and I mean, Kieran Culkin, Compare predicted it. Most people predicted he was going to win. It's a strange time, Stephen, like you says, for us, because Britain seems to get the sort of short straw when it comes to these films. Like you alluded to, we do seem to be the last people on earth. I remember Parasite a couple of years ago, probably about 5 years ago now, fuck's sake. Time's flying that quickly, but we were literally the last region, the last country on earth to see the film. So a lot of these films I've not had the chance to see, but Kieran's been floating around baiting awards for a long time now. I mean, the guy's been picking up awards for quite some time. He's a brilliant actor.
His speech was great as well. Great humour. Just a very easy, Aussie, down-to-earth guy, considering the family he comes from. And obviously, he's a child actor. Obviously, he appeared in the Home Alone film as the cousin, didn't he? The bedwetting cousin.
Yeah. With the glasses.
I liked. I think, did we react to the trailer? I can't remember. I think we did.
I think we did. Yeah. Was that not the one where it was two like, family members, you know, on a sort of vacation through like Poland or something? I think there was sort of links to like. I keep wanting to say it's a Holocaust, but I don't think it was. But it was something like that. It was like links to family members who were maybe touched by the Holocaust. I may be wrong about that, but I did like to look at it. It looked like a good
It
film.
was a while ago. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy. I saw most of the speeches actually. Adrian Brody's, as you can imagine, was emotional.
I love Adrian. I think he's a fucking unbelievable actor. He's just
Yeah,
incredible. Even in Peaky Blinders, the guy elevated it. And I'm not speaking down about Peaky Blinders because we've got Cillian Murphy in there, we've got brilliant actors in there, the likes of Tom Hardy. But Adrian came in and he was just sublime. Immediately it went up a level.
Yeah, I mean, we lost, obviously, I'm blanking on his name now. We were talking about him just before we came on. A multi-Academy Award winner.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah, Daniel. How can you forget his name? You know, I'm just happy we've got somebody like Adrian Brody still doing what he's doing, because when there was a big void when Daniel Day-Lewis stepped down from acting. But Zoe Saldana in there as well, who's a fantastic actor. You know, most people talk about Zoe Saldana and talk about the franchises she's been in. She's one of those actors that's, you know, accomplished appearances in multiple very big, large franchises. So I have to get the best supporting actress for, is it Amelia Perez?
Amelia Perez, yeah.
And I watched her speech as well. It was so, you know, humbling and just emotional as well. It just comes across as a great person as well. But a few people I was very happy for, and other ones I kind of expected, and I was all right. Okay, Mikey Madsen as well for Anora, a young actor. When we were talking about that, John, just when we were talking about Gene Hackman previously, you know, his career didn't start till, you know, as a household name till he was in his 40s. I mean, you look at a young actor like Mikey Madsen, it's incredible.
Yeah, there's a lot of hatred for her today. I seen your young fat Irish guy that's floating about GB News now. Used to be on GMTV back in the day. Forget his name. Guy's a twat.
Yeah.
Eamon Holmes.
Eamon Holmes.
Yeah, he was never heard of her. I remember when movie stars used to be movie stars. She's 25, you fucking fat twat. She's coming through. She's a new name. She carried the movie by all accounts on her back. Apparently she was an unbelievable performance in the movie. Again, I've not seen it yet, but by all accounts she was the movie in terms of performances, so I'm not surprised to see her pick up the win. I mean, you look at I'm Still Here apparently is incredible. I've heard good things about that movie. Amelia Perez, not so good. Demi, obviously, or Demi, as I've since discovered her name, apparently it's pronounced Demi Moore. Demi? Fucking hell, what? I thought it was Demi for years. I thought it was Demi. Apparently it's Demi. Maybe that's another Kate Blanchett moment. Kate Blanchett.
Semi.
Yeah, Semi, yeah, Demi.
Aye.
Demi Moore. Demi Moore. She was the other heavy favourite, but Stephen, you've got a movie that's sweeping the board for Academy Awards. The leading actor in the film, who's carrying the film, it stands to reason she's going to pick up the award. And I don't think Eamon Holmes' opinion on an actor's sort of standing has any
that's
relevance.
Normally the case, though. The trend in Academy Awards is normally when you get the Best Picture, you either get the Best Actor or Best Actress and the Best Director. It's always... They're always tied,
then
aren't
it gets
they?
shot
You know,
on.
when
As soon as it wins, it's a terrible movie because people have to kick the winners down. It doesn't matter. I mean, I remember when Joker was winning, that's a shite movie. Just a rehash of Martin Scorsese, King of Comedy. It's just multiple Martin Scorsese movies. A shite movie. No, it wasn't. It was a fucking brilliant movie. Deserved to win those Academy Awards. Stop talking shite just because your favourite movie didn't win. Boo-hoo. 4-1. Again, I've not watched an animated movie in such a long time.
that was the one I wanted to talk to you about, because I know you love your animated films and independent animated films as well. I've not seen Flo yet. I've seen Inside Out.
4 looks brilliant.
A fantastic film.
4 looks
I've always
great.
been a fan of Wallace and Gromit. But no, I've not seen it. I want to see it though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised Inside Out 2 didn't win, with obviously the success it got financially, but from what I've seen of 4, I've seen obviously when they were announcing it, the animation and whatnot, it did look stunning, so fair play to them. Yeah. Obviously, you get through the brutalist one. I mean, again, you look at that film, I've not seen it, but based off the trailer, it looked like it was stunningly shot, so not really a surprise to me. Wicked costume design. You've got to throw bones to these kind of movies. I mean, it was a massive movie in the year. A couple of actresses, obviously Ariana Grande and the other actress. were nominated.
Yeah.
You've got to throw a bone to those kind of movies, and that's what we've seen, Stephen. We've obviously Sean Baker won for Anora. Fair play to him. Guy seems a likeable dude. I'm not one of these people that hates on someone because my favourite film didn't win. I mean, I'd have liked James Mangold to win for A Complete Unknown because I'm a Bob Dylan man. I really enjoyed the film, but horses for courses. Obviously, we've seen it with Dune 2. Dune 2 got a couple of wins. I think it was sound design, and there was another one it won for. I think it may have been visual effects or something.
The sound design on Dune Part 2 was phenomenal. It just added atmosphere to the film throughout. And it's funny, you know, sound design normally goes unnoticed in terms of it kind of dissipates. But with Dune 2, I can actually feel it.
Yeah.
And in fact, I'm saying feel a sound. It's a feeling. I can actually imagine it in my head just now, the actual sound design.
And it's just little things down to like the vibrations of sort of thumper thing on the sand, and just little moments, Stephen. The two people they had in the studio with also Jonathan Ross covering it on ITV in the United Kingdom. One of them, the older woman, perfectly summed it up. A lot of people, when they think of sound, they think of scores and big bombastic stuff, but it isn't. It's the little things. There's an art to sound and bringing things to life. Because if you think of a set and they're shooting this on set, all those little things, the crunching of things under their feet are just the little moments in the film that you hear that bring it to life. They're not captured through the mics on the set. It doesn't work like that. They have, there's people in a room creating these sounds with a variety of different objects. And it's just a stunningly put together movie. I personally think Dune Part 2 got done dirty. I think it was one of the best movies of the calendar year. I'm going to admit just now, I don't think it was the strongest year for films and even performances. There's been years where performances were just stacked. You could have had 3 or 4 winners comfortably in each category. This isn't one of those years. I think there was a lot of momentum with Anora. Amelia Perez get tanned. Lots of people says it didn't deserve the amount of nominations. The Brutalist seems to be a very good film. But when you've got the likes of Wicked, and no harm to Wicked, but Wicked's in there in numerous categories and winning as well. These are movies that wouldn't have had a look in certain years. There's years where it's really, really strong. And I don't think that was one of those years.
Yeah, but I think in terms of the films that were nominated, there's always a pattern of play. And we saw it last year, obviously, with Oppenheimer as well. It's like events, like historical events seems to be a thing that will guarantee Kate Winslet, I think, summed it up next. Was, you know, certain box ticking things that you can do, you know, if you want to win an Academy Award. And certainly, I think in this instance, certainly boxes have been ticked. But what I will say, John, is it kind of harks back to the whole, you know, argument about cinema being dead. I think when you look at the list of nominations, you know, a lot of independent films and original stories.
What, Anora?
You know,
$6 million. $6 million movie. It's won 6 Academy, if not more, Academy Awards on the night. Swept the board of the major awards: director, best film, or best picture, leading actress or actor. Well, it's actress for this, because there is no singular actor. They don't lump the women and men together. It's best actress. $6 million. That's a fucking. That's a tiny budget. Hollywood's throwing stupid money at movies now, and it's won multiple Academy Awards. So fair play. I like to see small movies like that coming through.
Was in for best sound as well, wasn't it? Obviously, it didn't win. Dune Part 2 won, but Conclave's sound design as well was phenomenal, from what I recall.
Conclave was an interesting film. It really was. I know for a fact my dad loves it, and that's a guy it's hard to please when it comes to films. So he enjoyed it. He enjoyed it a lot. I need to watch the entire thing. I do love Rafe, man. He's just getting back to
Ralph,
Voldemort and what. Yeah, Ralph Rafe. Apparently Rafe. That's I'm following the trend now. I'm calling it Rafe. Apparently that's the old way of saying Ralph. Rafe Fiennes. I've always called him Ralph personally, but apparently it's Rafe. I do enjoy him a lot, and I enjoy a good film about sort of the Vatican and the inner machinations of the Vatican. There's been a lot of films like that over the years. You think of that Two Popes one? The one with the 2 popes, I'm forgetting the name of that one. You remember that?
Hopkins.
Yeah. There's been a lot of movies about the Vatican over the years, and obviously the Tom Hanks one, blank on the name. Jesus Christ. sort of conspiracy one, sort of based on
The Da Vinci Code.
Da Vinci Code.
Yeah.
There's been lots of movies of that ilk over the last 15, 20 years. I do enjoy a movie that explores, and obviously with sadly what's going on just now with the Pope, he's kind of clinging on, he's about to pass away by the looks of it. You're going to get that whole ancient thing happening again where a new Pope is obviously nominated and selected, and you've got the white smoke and all the mysteriousness that goes with it. It's a really fascinating process. So I'm kind of drawn to films like that. So by all accounts, unbelievable. It's a great film. A lot of people have really enjoyed it. I need to watch it though. This is a problem with me on the yearly, having the time to actually go and watch movies of this ilk. I mean, I've seen a lot of fucking films this year, to be fair. I have. Not as much as I used to back in the day when I was watching like 100 films a year. Maybe not that much. I remember saying that one of those times in an interview. I think we did an interview with Bartek back in the day. And I said something stupid like I watched 100 films a year. Fucking nonsense. You liar. I was reviewing a film every couple of days or every week, but it was not 100 films. There is not a chance in God's green earth.
There's only 3 years doing it. It's 365 days in a year. So it's
It probably was,
possible,
but 100, yeah. Yeah, it was 100, to be fair, back in the day. That's why I nearly lost my love for film. I've went the opposite now. Need to start watching more movies again, but
I think, John, at that period as well, I think I exercised the whole Netflix catalogue, which was ridiculous.
But not that shark film. A bear film that almost plays like a shark film. You never watched that one. You get close though. You nearly hit the play button. Oh, that was one of the absolutely iconic outtakes. And I'm willing to say it now, I don't give a shit. That is what it is. One of the classic outtakes from our podcast days back when we were doing audio stuff. Absolute legendary moment where Stephen says, I've seen this one on Netflix. I never quite got to hitting the play button. It's fucking brilliant. Oh, that is great. But no, listen, man. But I enjoyed the ceremony. The ceremony was pretty decent. I thought, obviously, Conan hosting, I thought it flowed well. You had the usual sort of glitz and glam and fucking the usual faces coming on. I like Mark Hamill. Obviously, Robert De Niro, I think, came on and says a certain political comment. And you expect that from Robert. He's in his element. But there is... But I did say it to you, Steve, before we come on. We were briefly discussing it, and there's a lot of fart sniffing when it comes to the Oscars. Let's be honest here, they love a smell of each other's farts. They're just patting each other on the back. It's all very sycophantic, and speeches are the usual fucking patronising bollocks. And sometimes you need a Ricky Gervais in the room to say, look, no one really gives a fuck what your views are on this or that. Just take your little award, say a little speech, keep it brief, and move on. And that's really the way it should go. And to be fair, in the main, that is the way it went. They did. There wasn't any... I mean, there was some tears, but not the usual soppy-eyed bollocks you get. And just fucking 20-minute speeches. So I enjoyed it in the main. I love watching this shit. I find it fascinating. I know a lot of people are switching off from the Oscars, but it's not often we get the chance to see something like this over here. We are certainly the complete antipathy of glitz and glam in Scotland. There's no fucking glitz and glam here. They come here to film the odd film and then they get out as quickly as possible.
On our sort of glitz and glam was highlighted in a Limmy scene where he was at the Scottish BAFTAs and the red carpet was practically on a bus stop. That's his
Was that him getting in? He get interviewed? Yeah. He hadn't done his tie up right. Yeah. Very squeaky voice back in the day as well. He loves taking the piss out of his voice. It was kind of high, squeaky like this and very high pitched. I can't do it because I'm not Limmy. I'm me. And I can do my own squeaky Kermit the Frog voice. I digress, Stephen. Shall we move on?